You want to work out without getting hurt? And I am here to help. My name is Jeanette Gennaro. I'm a personal trainer with 12 years of experience, and these are the workouts that I want my own friends and family to do. Sure, there are plenty of high intensity exercises that you can find out there, but this workout series is specifically for the majority of the population that needs to learn the fundamental movements to safely begin working out. So if you haven't worked out in a long time or you are coming off of an injury, this is a very, very safe workout for you. Safe workout series, I should say. So let's go ahead and warm up before we practice our movements for today. You're going to be marching in place. Little by little, you're going to be bringing your knees up higher. But for now, just keeping them just a little bit of movement to get that blood flowing. You're going to be moving your arms front to back and checking your posture. Lift your chin a little bit and slide your chin back so your ear lands over your shoulders. Making sure those shoulders are pressed down low, chest is lifted, navel pulls in so you activate your core. You can start swinging those arms a little bit more, bringing those knees up a little bit higher if you safely can. Your back is straight. You're not leaning over at all as you're bringing those knees up. By keeping your back straight and bringing the knees up, you are getting those hamstrings ready to go. So the exercises that we're going to do today are some squats. You squat every day, whether you realize it or not. Every time you sit down and you stand up, you're doing a squat. The question is, are you doing a squat correctly? Well, let's go ahead and find out. I want you to find a chair. I'm going to use this ottoman right here. It's going to place me a little bit lower than a chair would, and the lower you go, the more intense it will be. So probably like a dining chair, but you want to make sure you press it up against some sort of a wall or something, that way it doesn't slide. But I'm going to be using this ottoman for today, making sure your knee and your ankle are stacked up on top of each other. Okay, what you may be doing when you get up off a chair is this right here. Your feet are way back, those knees are over the toes, which are automatically going to put extra pressure on that joint. You may be holding onto your legs, scooching your back forward and getting up like this, okay? If you have to use your hands to get up, that's perfectly fine. But please, let's start off by bringing that ankle underneath the knee, okay? So if you have to support yourself with the sides of a chair or with holding on, pushing off your legs, you could do so, but try not to lean forward too much, okay? You could work on keeping your chest lifted. Now, if you don't have to have any assistance when you get up, try your best to stand as straight up as you can. Okay, you have this chair behind you. This is going to do two things. It's going to give you something to aim for, because guess what? When you squat, you're not moving straight down. You're hinging back. Okay, you're hinging back. Eventually, you could go a little bit lower without having that chair there, but the chair is also there to provide some safety. So you're going to sit all the way back down to your chair. Again, yours is not going to be as low as this. And then coming up, okay? Guess what? You might only do one within those 20 seconds, and it's fine. As long as it's pretty and perfect, it's fine. Okay, next exercise. We're going to lay the foundation for lunges, okay? Another exercise that could be damaging for your knees if it's not done correctly. We're going to work on one side at a time. My head is going to be over my left foot for balance. You're going to step back. Right now, my center of gravity is more over the standing leg. I'm going to bring it back, and I'm going to bring it back by bending that knee. So I'm going to be right here, okay? Then straighten out my leg, feet together. We're only going to work on that side. Step back. Core is tight, so your back is safe. Bend the knee. Extend together. Okay? This is going to lay the foundation for you to do squats, or lunges rather, perfectly. Okay? Let's practice the other side. Head over the standing foot. Tuck in your core, okay? You want to think about keeping your back nice and straight. When you step back, you are leaning forward, but that's bending from the hip. Your back is straight. That knee bends, extends, together. Back, bend that knee, extend, together. And up next, knees are soft, shoulders remain low. You're going to curl and very gently push up. Your hands aren't going to go much higher than your head. In fact, they might only be level with your head. That way your elbow and your shoulder are aligned. If you can safely go up higher, go ahead and do so. But this is going to help you learn that whenever you start putting weight up above your head, fight the urge to hyperextend your back. That's really bad for your back. Keep those muscles strong and your back straight as you go to grab something or put something away in your closet or reach something from your cabinets. Make sure your back is straight, strong, muscles are strong, and never hyperextending your back when you are reaching for something over your head. Okay, so those are your 4 exercises: squatting, stepping back with the right and the left, getting ready for that lunge, and then curling as you push up. Let me get that timer going. Make sure you get your chair ready. You will begin from a seated position. All right. And begin. Tuck in that belly button. Stand straight up. Reach those glutes back for that chair and sit back down. You want to avoid putting all the weight on the balls of your feet as you stand up, okay? So think about pressing back on your heel. Rest. Perfect posture, core nice and tight. Step back, bend, extend, together. Step back, bend that knee, extend, together. Breathe through it as you keep your core tight. Rest. Other side, nice and perfect posture. Step, bend, extend. Working at your own pace, just making sure you get those 3 parts together. And rest. Only reaching up as high as you safely can. Curl and push up, keeping your back perfectly straight. Knees are soft, shoulders remain low. Curl and push up overhead. Rest. Getting ready to begin your squats again. Squats are pretty much the king of fundamental movements. So many parts of your body work together to make it happen. It's not about doing a lot in these workouts. It's about doing things perfectly. Nice, perfect posture. Again, step back, bend, Now, when I bend the knee, all I'm doing is making sure my head lands in between my feet. So I'm not leaning back, I'm just standing up nice and straight. Other side. Relax your shoulders, keep those core muscles strong, stepping back, bend the knee. Great, so I shouldn't be arching my back at all when the knee bends. You're not bending back or anything. It's just getting you ready to lunge. Perfect, rest. Soft knees, shoulders low, reaching up as high as you safely can. If you reach up too high, it could hurt your shoulder, but it could also strain your lower back, which is pretty much the most common exercise injury there is. Rest. Okay, now's the time of the workout that you take a quick little break to hit that like button and subscribe. It's free and it helps me grow my channel. All right, once you do that, we can move on and practice the next set of exercises. So this is going to lay the foundation for deadlifts, but in your daily life, it's going to lay the foundation for correctly picking up things up off the floor. You already know you do not want to bend, pick up something by bending your back. You want to use your legs, so you want to bend your knees and your hips. But something else that you automatically need to do is engage your core. Okay, so pull your belly button in, tighten those ab muscles as you bend. So let's break this apart. Feet are about shoulder width apart. Okay, you're going to bend your knees, and simultaneously you will be bending at the hip. Back remains straight the entire time. Another way you can think about it is you have a rope around your hips and it's pulling you back, and you are then bringing your hips back to center. So this is using your hamstrings and your glutes. As you bend your knees and you have that imaginary rope pulling your hips back, you're going to look down to the floor. Then as you come up, you're going to contract your glutes and you're going to look right in front of you. So looking down and coming back up. You can keep your hands by your side to make sure those hips are going back. The most important thing is that you're keeping your back straight, your core engaged, and you're naturally shifting your hips back. For many individuals who have a hard time reaching for their toes, it could be because they are using their back to try to, bend forward. Not only is that going to hurt your back, but you're not going to get very far. If you bend your knees a little bit and you push your hips back, all of a sudden you're going to be able to get a lot further and do so a lot safer. Next exercise, knees are going to be soft. Very simply, your arms are going to be straight and you're going to reach up. So earlier I had you bend your arms as you reached up. For this one, your arms are going to stay straight. Elbows are not locked, but arms are straight as you reach up and down. See how high you can safely go. Shoulders remain low and bring it down. As always, whenever your arms are up above your head, you are never going to arch your back. But today you may only reach level with your head or maybe a little bit higher. Up next, knee raises. You're going to keep your back straight, and that's going to dictate how high you can bring your knee. If you bring your knee up this high, but you have to arch your back, then you've gone too far for today's exercise. Back remains straight, engaging that core. You're shifting from side to side. Once you find your balance, you can bring up that knee, but again, keep that back straight. You can hurt your lower back if you reach forward. And then up next, pretend you have a line in front of you and you're tapping in front of that line. So today you're going to keep your center of gravity back here, like this. You are not going to step forward for today, okay? Just nice and quick. Tap, tap, tap. Okay, let's get that timer going. Starting off with the hinge. Feet about shoulder width apart. Back remains straight the entire time. And bend at the knee as you push your hips back, looking down to the floor. Contract your glutes as you bring your hips underneath your chest once again. And rest. You're coming back to neutral. You're not, tucking in. That could really hurt your back. Shoulders remain low, knees soft. Remember, only go as high as you safely can. Eventually, you can hold on to a weight as you do so you have more resistance for your delts to have to work with. And rest. Back remains straight. Knee raises, safely shifting from side to side. Belly button tucks in. There's no hopping involved with this one. And rest. Pretending you have that line in front of you. And tapping across it as quickly as you safely can. Even gentle taps like this are great for your bone health. Any sort of impact type of activity, go ahead and rest. Any sort of impact type of activity sends a signal to your bones to build up a little bit stronger. So if you are fans of cycling exercises, that is absolutely phenomenal for your heart health. But you want to make sure that you have some sort of light impact type of activities that you include in other workouts to help with your bone strength. Go ahead and rest. Soft knees. Reaching up. Control. Don't just drop your arms. Bring them down nice and evenly. And rest. Getting ready to raise those knees. Make sure those ears are aligned with the shoulders. Shoulders rolled back and low. Rest. And begin tapping. And rest. All right, go back to your chair that you used for today's squats, and we're going to use that to stretch our hamstrings. Go ahead and extend your left leg. Right leg, you're going to have it in that beautiful posture where your knee is over your ankle. You're going to stretch out your hamstring, and to do so, your back must be straight. Once you bend your back, you're not really going to be stretching out your hamstring too much. So back remains straight, leg is straight, and your tailbone, instead of having it tucked underneath of you, try to point it back. Guess what? That might be enough of a stretch for you, okay? Our hamstrings are tight, tight, tight. Why? Because we tend to sit when we're in a couch or, we're driving. We tend to sit with our tailbone tucked under and in this posture, and your hamstrings are just completely unengaged and really shortened. And they remain shortened, so when you go to run or do some kind of a quick movement that you don't normally do, there it goes. Ouch. So just the simple act of having your tailbone pointed back, that could be enough. And because we want to make sure we don't get hurt, you could keep it right here, or you could just ever so gently bend at the hip. That's it. We're not touching your toes. We're not bringing your legs super high. We are just waking up that poor hamstring that we put it through so much with our bad postures. So once you find your position, just inhale. Exhale again. You could just be pointing that tailbone back, or you could just be bending a tiny little bit. You're going to hold it for about 10 seconds, breathing in and out through your nose. One more inhale together, and exhale, relax your hip and come back to center. Switching sides, okay? Making sure you're keeping that knee safe by getting in that posture, knee over the ankle. Extend the opposite side, okay? Just like before, you're going to make sure that tailbone is pointed back while your back is straight and your leg is straight. You could keep it there for your stretch, or you can bend a little bit at the hip. Inhale and exhale. Relax your shoulders. You're breathing in and out through your nose, so your muscles know you're not about to start running or doing any crazy movements, so it can relax. Breathing in and out through your nose. Inhale together one more time. And exhale, relaxing your posture, bringing in your knee. You can stay seated, but I'm going to stand up to thank you for making the time to make today's workout happen. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you in the next workout. Bye.